Welcome to Talk with Becky, where we unlock the minds of individuals one conversation at a time. This episode uncovers the chilling realities of human trafficking and modern day slavery. Join your hands together. I shall make welcome Mr. EPHRAIM and Mr. EPHRAIM, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
You're wearing your, I think this is tea culture, right?
Sure.
Oh, it's really
Probably
good.
tea.
Looks like you're going to redo your marriage again. It's like your traditional marriage again.
I think that will not be a bad idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, it's good to have you here.
Go.
So, like the topic says, we are going to be treating or talking about human trafficking and modern day slavery. So, I would like you to talk to me about the common tactics traffickers use and how can people recognize these signs.
It's a very important topic,
Okay.
especially in our contemporary society,
Exactly.
because gone are the days where we used to hear of King Tejo Obo, getting involved in slave trade and all of those. So now we no longer have King Tejo Obo and the likes, but we have similar persons who have modernized this perhaps over time.
Okay.
And it has become a lucrative business for so many people. So it is a kind of a repacked or rebranded or a reformed, sophisticated form of business that has been transformed from the slave trade, where people were being chained, to where people are being enticed using their weaknesses, using the situation of our current society and where they are coming from. Okay, so some of these forms that tactics they use is, number one, they entice people with job opportunities, fake job opportunities. You can find advertisement of jobs on everywhere on social media.
I see that a lot.
Yes. On they make use of Facebook a lot. Yes, Facebook is just like a general market for them. They also make use of Instagram. Because of the open nature of Facebook, Facebook is more pronounced. It's just like an open marketplace where people go
And
buy.
has a lot of nuisance. People are creating a lot of nuisance on that app.
You understand me? And because there is no even proper monitoring.
Yeah.
Because even the owner of the Facebook is out there for business, and there's no correct regulation to regulate this, even by the own country where I come from, Nigeria. There's no regulation for that. Okay, so people go in there, do whatever they want. People patronize them, and at the end it's fake patronage, and then you endanger your life, or you may be lucky out of the 100, maybe there's only one genuine business, and then you are good for it. So another tactics they use is romance manipulation.
Okay.
And most of the people that fall victims of this are the young girls. Okay, the young guys, they hardly fall victims of romance manipulation. The reason being that the girls, they want big things. They want those guys that are abroad.
Their eyes are up.
Yes, they want big things. They want those guys that are abroad, and so they promise them marriage. I know, it's so easy to deceive them into taking them over there. And once they get there, then they turn them into slavery. At times they are being sold out, and then they are being compared to go into one, let's take them for sex and all of those, that kind of horrible businesses. Another one that people, hardly feel that is somehow education. People who are also yearning, craving for them to go for this, they prefer foreign certificate. They also use that against them, but it's not that too pronounced. Okay, the ones that are more pronounced is that of job and that of romance manipulation. So those are the obvious ones for now that can tell you. But those two, like I mentioned, they are more pronounced and they stand out because daily, every day, people fall victims and are being taken into, being trafficked and taken into modern slaves. And some of the ways you can actually, be able to identify some of these tactics is that some of these people who are being, taken into this modern slavery, those traffickers have modern ways of going about it. It's no longer like the raw way.
Yeah,
or
I think
the
I'm
crude way.
coming to that.
Okay,
So I have a question on that. Mr. Ephraim, that was a very wonderful submission. But I have another question for you. So how do this, just like what you mentioned in your last statement, the technologies that they use, how do they use this technology, and what tech solutions are fighting back? What are the technologies that they use to actually get people trafficked or kidnapped?
Okay, yeah. As they are growing, so also technology is going to also combat, this modern ways of trafficking. Okay. I used to tell people that AI has come to stay. You have AI monitoring trafficking and fraud. Okay. So there are many of these AI, monitoring tools, but I can just mention a few for you. For instance, you have AI for social change by Microsoft.
Okay.
Yes, they have it. Yes, and then you also have Grace by IBM. Then you have chain analysis. Then you also have Memex by DARPA, DARPA. There are so many of them.
I'll look them out.
Yeah, so you can actually, just a click and you search and you get them. So once this app are put in place, it's mostly used by institutions, organizations, right? They're able to monitor the affairs of these traffickers. Even if money is involved, is able to scan through, make some background research, and the result are being produced.
Is that possible in Nigeria today? Do you think those AIs are possible in our current Nigeria?
Just like I said, the whole system in Nigeria is very porous, right?
Yes.
The whole security system too is very porous. We have a country whereby those that are supposed to be actually working for the benefit of the generality of the Nigerians only care for themselves.
True.
And in a way, since they are not affected, they take it to be nothing until they are affected. But even when they are affected, they have the resources to fight it themselves. And therefore, there are no policies, there are no laws to strengthen this or to implement them and to bring them into the system. So you have individuals fighting on their own.
Okay. What are the major legal challenges in combating human trafficking, and what changes are needed? I want you to discuss this using Nigeria as a case study. What are the legal challenges that we face here in the country?
There are so many legal challenges, so there are so many of them. I am not a lawyer by profession. I don't judge cases, or I don't advocate for persons who have been challenged in one way or the other, and they needed some kind of legal backup. But I will tell you for sure, there are so many and numerous challenges as far as this country Nigeria is concerned. And the reason being that number one, there are no follow-up for cases of kidnapped. Even when they are being discovered, these people that are supposed to help them, okay,
are the ones that are actually behind.
Actually behind. Okay, so it makes the whole thing difficult. There's no justice for these people who are kidnapped, even after they are being, they are being discovered. There's no justice. That's number one. So when there's no justice, it makes the whole thing challenging, so challenging to combat it. Number two, you also find interest groups, and these interest groups I'm talking about, have levels from government interest groups, those ones that are so highly placed. Because these people are, I'm not trying to accuse anybody.
Of course,
but the truth about the matter is that the people that will have, even at the higher level in government, that are supposed, like I said before, protect the people, are actually the ones behind. They use these things to make money. You can cite instance of insecurity in Nigeria. When there is insecurity, there is a strike somewhere, they make better and huge amount of money for themselves. And therefore, even these matters, not until these people rise, it will continue. Not until they begin to say, let the judiciary, start stand firm, and so that they will also be independent. If they're independent, they will be able to fight these people to a standstill. But a situation whereby they are being dictated, told what to do, being threatened, then at the end they are not able to, dispense that judgment, or
They are meant to.
they are meant to.
I quite agree with you, because there are a lot of cases of insecurities happening around Nigeria that have just been swept under the carpet because nobody wants to speak out or front the whole challenges. All right, so how can individuals then help fight human trafficking and raise awareness in their communities?
Information is power, and empowerment is not all about you being given money to start a business. You have knowledge empowerment, and this knowledge empowerment comes in different forms. What we are doing here now is one of the knowledge empowerment, right?
Yes.
Whosoever that is watching this podcast at the end, we know that trafficking is real, and they have so many tactics of going about it. You have already empowered that person.
True.
For those who are already aware, it will serve as a reminder, if they are forgotten, that trafficking is still very much, with us, and it's in a form of enticing. It's not like you are being changed physically, you are being changed physically, taken into slavery. But you by yourself, you submit because of the situation you have, and therefore, because of that, they should be able to listen to programs like this, getting knowledge about this. They will be able to create awareness even in their local domains. Okay, and not just sending the information the way they have received them, but taking it with action. Okay, I know that you are so much worried about this particular topic, this subject matter.
Yes,
and that's the reason why we're here.
Of course.
Okay, you do not just listen, you are not just empowered with words, not by hearing, but you have taken action, and this is the action that you have implemented today. And I am happy to be here once again.
Thank you again. All right, Mr. Ephraim, you've been talking for so long. You've been making great points and great inputs. So what words are you going to leave for the viewers who are actually watching this podcast? What are you leaving for the audience?
So to our viewers, I would like to highlight, very briefly or very importantly, that number one, it is not a one-man thing. It is not Becky's thing alone. I'm here because it is not your thing alone. We are all involved. If it doesn't happen to me today, it may happen to my neighbor, it may happen to my nephew somewhere, or my cousin, and so it will go around. So number one is that when you hear the information, do not keep it. You see something, say something. Do not keep quiet. That is number one.
Of course.
Number two, if you are not buoyant enough with the resources, just like you are doing, you spent so much money having all this equipment, for this program, and for this particular, topic to be discussed, forthwith today. You must not have resources to do this.
Yeah.
You can actually report it somewhere. That is the second point now. Reporting it, not just seeing something and just saying something in your domain and it remains there.
Take a step further.
Take a step further. There are so many institutions have been established. Let there be a registration of that particular complaint, that thing that you have seen, that it looks like trafficking attempt or looks like a real trafficking a human person. Report it to the police station. Report it to the nearest, NGO. It could be a civil society, that cares. And thirdly, I want to also mention that not everybody, for instance, is a pastor, is ordained pastor, right? So some are called, they go by themselves. If you cannot go by yourself, you send something. That, in other words, I'm saying that if you cannot go by yourself, then you sponsor, right? You sponsor. A good citizen who wants a good country, a sanity, wants a workable country, should be able to say, hey, Becky, hey, I want to sponsor you. This program is so nice. Okay? Yeah. Make donations to organizations, NGOs, civil societies, okay, to help them combat these people. Okay? Because you cannot do it yourself. Those people that have taken the step, okay, you now support them financially, knowledge-wise. For those that have the knowledge, can actually sell this knowledge to them. And those that are already into, that have ICT inclined, okay, can also come on board and say, hey, I can support in this way. I can give an idea of this, of this A and B. Yes, yes. So it's not a one-man thing. It's not just a team something. It's teams. I call it teams because it has to do with everybody.
True.
Everybody.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ephraim. It was wonderful having you here. But before you go, we have a game that we play here. I hope you can play. Don't be scared.
I don't know how to play games.
No, you have to.
I did so much of the games and I lost in the past.
Oh, really?
Right from when I was in primary school. Actually, I'm not comfortable with games, but let's see. See this one.
Let's play the desert island thing. So if you could bring 3 things to the desert, what would they be? Yeah. Let's say you've traveled. I know you worked in an NGO now, so if you go to a desert, what 3 things could you take to the desert?
Wow.
Knowing that your survival depends on that.
Okay. So I think the first thing I will take to the desert, even if I don't have, I'll carry with me, is gone. This pump action.
Okay.
That is number 1. Right. I must take that pump action.
Okay.
Number 2. I will take cutlass.
Why are you taking all of those kind of tools? I'm not hearing you talk about food. What if you didn't food in the desert?
Hold on, no. Hold on. Even if I eat and I don't have anything to protect myself, I give more food to those, you understand, those dangerous animals there.
True.
And then lastly, I mentioned those ones. And that cutlass is the 2-edged cutlass. So even if I turn this side,
I say, go ahead
and turn this side. That one, the other one that this malam used to use.
Yeah.
And there's one that has 2 sharp edges, and that's the one I'll take. Then lastly, I'll take water.
Okay. Because I was expecting you to say water first. Water, because I know that you will not find water in the desert.
No, you see, water and food, they go together.
That's true.
I must take chop.
That's true.
And then water.
Okay, you are really prepared actually.
Yes.
Okay, so one last one. Thank you so much. You did well. You did amazing. Especially in the desert. You did amazing. Yeah. It was really lovely to have you here.
Same here.
Thank you. And I hope you'll come back here again for more talks.
Sure. As far as it's going to help a lot of people, help promote the good, instead of the bad.
Yeah.
Therefore, sure, I'm in for it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have come to the end of another inciting and insightful episode on Talk with Becky. I'm sure you enjoyed this episode. If you truly enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hurry up to my YouTube channel, leave a subscription, like, share this video across every other social media platform, and I'm going to see you again in my next video. Bye for now.